Hi, welcome once again in Inspire and Build podcast. Here we have another guest, Leenesh Singh, founder and CEO of StartupsXchange and angel investor. He is an alumni of IIM Ahmedabad. It's my privilege and honor to have you, sir, actually. So let's start this candid podcast with you, sir, actually. Tell us about yourself, sir.
First of all, I would like to thank you rather than you thanking me for doing something that excites me and the audience. Hopefully, I have a lot of things to share, which might be
Less time to cover this.
inspiring and motivating to a lot of people. At the same time, help them in maybe solving their real problems. So I'll keep it pretty practical. So about me, I started as an entrepreneur in 2020. But even before 2020, I was in HR. So clubbing and networking was the core business that I was looking at. So when you say clubbing and networking, a simple answer to it is you are in a problem. So whom would you call? How many numbers can you call? 5 people, 10 people, 20 people, how many? If you have more numbers,
Right.
the capacity to take risk and execute bigger projects
Yeah.
can make you a big person.
Correct.
So whether you are into a job or corporate or doing business or even into politics or movies,
Correct.
you need connects
Correct.
and connects with different people.
Correct.
When people say connects, people think peers.
Correct.
People think connects means I am a software engineer. How many software engineer I know? See, software engineer can help you in day-to-day operations if you're stuck. But you also need to have connects with HR.
Correct.
They'll tell you what is happening in the industry, not just giving you a new job. You also need to have connects with other founders.
Right.
Because you may not only work in a corporate.
Correct.
Sometime you might feel I want to join a startup because I know the founder
Correct.
and he's more passionate. So I may have a bigger role to play.
Correct.
So you have to keep switching. So that's why I said community building is what I was looking at. 2020 we started. The entire industry we were looking at that point of time was startups and investors.
Okay.
So we were looking at a name, and believe me, the name that stuck was 10,000 Startups India.
Yeah, I guess that was the first thing you have started.
Yes. So because what we are trying to do, the name should reflect.
Right.
So an ecosystem connecting founders with venture capital firms, with angel investors and incubators and accelerators. We did that for 3.5 years. Then I moved to the private equity financial market space because I earlier worked into the financial market space. So because their community and club is not, I would say, existing to that scale, which is there in startups. So startups, if you say there are a lot of clubs, a lot of groups, but if you say financial markets, mutual funds, private equity firms, family offices, you don't have too many events.
Correct.
Plus they are small,
Correct.
they are not big, well organized.
Correct.
So that's how StartupsXchange was born. A derivation of 10,000 Startups India into the listed space.
Okay.
As well as connecting the venture capital firms because they also need to raise money.
Correct.
So they are looking at investors, which could be a fund, family office. So that's how last 2.5 years we have done 14 seasons so far.
Oh.
And the last thing that happened 3-4 months back was we met the royal family office of Dubai's Sheikh Al Maktoum.
Okay.
So they also came with a similar idea of launching a club.
Okay.
A club in Dubai that can connect you with the investors and the businessmen over there and people who are looking at expanding into that market. So I requested them that if I get this club to India, the club is called Neo Royal Executive Club, NREC. And obviously my director of strategic alliances, Akshit Singh, also said we can do this. So you get a confidence if team members also accept your idea. And then we said yes. That's how we signed an agreement. So we are an India partner for them.
Okay.
So a lot of Indians can also look at connecting with the Dubai Sheikh Al Maktoum family office along with the entire ecosystem that they have over there. Banks, real estate, lot of stuff. So there we are. And then obviously we had a call.
Correct. Correct. Correct.
Yeah. So long journey
Nice.
short.
Yes. 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 So nice actually. So I believe like it's always a dot connecting to each other actually.
Correct.
And if you are in a vast experience with the startups ecosystem, the community, the investment side actually, and then now your mentoring side also, it gives a lot of perspective in diving that. So tell us more about the more products of your what you actually do in this, and how the Indians can get benefits out of it, or the startups founders can get benefits out of it actually.
Sure. So when I say clubbing and events,
Right.
so most of the people compare events to expos, big expo or a conference. See, expo and conference, you have a sponsor. There are at least 30-40 companies
Correct.
who come together and do it. So business will actually go to these 30-40 companies because they are exhibitors, they are sponsors. Even the panel speakers who come are high profile, but they'll have private lunch or interaction
Correct.
with these people.
Correct.
You may have 10,000 people attending the event or 40,000 people or lakhs, because India may you have a lot of population. But the point is, will these 10,000 people get access to all panel speakers in a private conference?
Okay.
So when I say private conference, can you have lunch with the speaker? They'll say no. They'll say the sponsor has that access. So there's a private room
Correct.
after the panel speaker slots are done. So we said, why can't we give that private room
Okay.
to everyone,
Okay.
including a visitor,
Okay.
who can have access and who can freely talk to the panel speaker?
Okay.
Now, when we came with this concept, it's called closed door summit.
Okay.
Now, obviously, you can't invite everyone because the panel speaker will not be happy.
Correct.
So we said we'll look at top class. So the person could be managing director, chairman, CXO, chief executive officer, chief financial officer, chief information officer. Now, if I invite people at that level and they meet and greet privately, so imagine 70 or 80 CXOs in a private summit. So they are decision makers. They are trying to validate their strategy through multiple people.
Correct.
Now, what to say, what not to say, I don't dictate. Open door summits may the organizer is going to write, these are the questions, these are the topics. I don't do that. I simply put a generic topic, opportunities and challenges for funds, family offices, cross-border business, and fund managers. So 4 pillars. I'll again repeat: family offices, cross-border business, funds, and fund managers.
Fund managers.
So what is it? And they openly come and discuss.
Okay.
And obviously we invite the technology side of CTOs and CIOs also. So that is something where I actually don't moderate. I facilitate people.
Facilitate actually.
And the entire topic, I say, is a focus group discussion. Focus group discussion because everybody is talking business,
Yeah.
but from a personal perspective.
Yeah.
So when we do video recordings and all, we don't put it on social media. It's a private recording for us. And we derive content and we give it to them. I don't post anything on social media. They post whatever they feel. That's how it is. So that's a closed door thing for Startup Exchange. It may be new, but it's not new. Believe me, in Saudi, Dubai and all, you do a lot of closed door meets. But they only do for family offices. That is what I always say, you can't only do it for one community. You need to have 3 to 4 communities coming together. That's what I learned in startups. See, startups, when you do events, you invite mentors. You invite CXOs. Other side, you invite investors. You invite the college e-cells. Plus, you invite the founders.
Correct. Correct.
So, what happens? The energy and ideas, that converts into something.
Yes.
So, that's the idea.
Right. Right. Very interesting actually. And if I'm not wrong, if I'm able to, understand the way from where you are coming actually. So this is very different and unique propositions you are trying to give this to your customers or your, the members actually. So it is member-driven program or it is non-member-driven program?
A very good question. So in fact, honestly, we would say it should be open to non-members every time.
Okay.
And believe me, most of the people who do like this, they have a member-driven program.
Right.
So for example, when I say Neo Royal Executive Club, they have a member-driven program because that's how Gulf and MENA is.
Correct.
When you say Startup Exchange, we first invite members and then whatever vacant or seats are there where they are not available. It could be 10, 20, 50, whatever. We give it to ecosystem partners.
Okay.
Ecosystem partners can be an investment banker. He could be a chartered accountant, lawyer. Lawyer, when I say Supreme Court lawyer, so he has that kind of clients. Or anybody who might be doing a pre-IPO into companies which are going on listing. And there are some regulators who have not been working with regulatory bodies now, but they have our own setup. So that's how the sourcing happens. I don't post. They typically figure out who qualifies.
Okay.
And then we have a discussion and then we invite them. So non-members come. Yes, it is there.
Okay.
For India at least.
Oh, so they get access without being a member. They get a royal kind of a, the opportunity to connect with the elite members, right? Elite industry leaders or some sort of.
Right.
So very nice, and so this is very different than what I have been exposed to and what I have been learning so far. So it is like motivating you, what inspire you to cascading these ideas, and what are the real problem statement you can tell us actually.
See, if I give you a relevant example.
Yeah, this would be great actually, coming up with the case study example.
I think everybody in India knows there's something called as private club, which is called Lok Sabha, and the second is Rajya Sabha.
Yes.
Now people are elected by us,
Yes.
who represent us in Lok Sabha and
Rajya
Vidhan Sabha.
Sabha.
Now, point is, what do? Is there an agenda that today this person will get up and say this? 10:30 that person will say something, 11:30 this person will say something? Nothing. They just have an agenda. Today we are presenting this bill. Bill could be income tax revision bill or something related to some amendments to existing stuff, and they do an open discussion.
Yeah.
Ultimately people put votes.
Right.
So voting means we are a democratic country. Right. And then a law or a rule or a norm, whatever you call it, or a scheme,
Correct.
is a derivation out of it. Now imagine doing this in corporates. So instead of the Janta electing, it is we who elect or select people to come, looking at industries of that city. So if I am doing an event, let's say in Ahmedabad, so I'll be inviting people from diamond industry, I'll be inviting people from textile industry.
Right.
Then you have import export over there. Now you have a new gift city over there. So obviously you have a lot of fund managers and companies from India and abroad. Plus we'll be looking at the traditional run companies. It could be vegetable oil.
Correct.
Or businesses which are there for a second, third generation. Because maybe majority Gujaratis, but then what that city brings to the country, we have to go as per that industry.
Correct.
So if I'm doing Mumbai, I'll be doing something different, which is more relevant, it's financial markets. So that's how we structure.
Okay.
Now anybody who becomes a member, the best part is, see, you get access to different industries, different CXOs. You understand different products, services, and if you're an investor, you understand asset classes. I always say, I am not bullish on a specific asset class every time. I always say, look at it from a family office perspective. They invest in startups? Yes. They invest in listed companies? Yes. They invest in gold? Yes. They invest in government bonds? Yes. Do they invest in infrastructure? Yes. Do they give loans? Yes. So they are everywhere. Right. That's why for them, certain assets will perform, certain assets will not perform. But then ultimately the balanced is what they call it portfolio management services, PMS. And that's what I always say for any middle class, upper middle class, or a rich family office or a corporate, try to understand assets and then form a portfolio management for you, which is your long-term vision. And that's what we are educating people. That is the first pillar. Number two, connecting you with the right people. And number three is it can be a business transaction.
Yeah.
Can be, not guaranteed.
Interesting, sir. It's very interesting, and I would say it requires a lot of extra knowledge and extra these all informations, because you are doing a lot of cross-border transactions So it also involves a lot of export import due diligence and kind of policies and the tax regime part actually. So it's very important, right? So thanks. So coming now in our league of startups, when a founders is looking to raise a funds, what should he look out on equity base or the debt or whatsoever actually? So this is my next question.
See, it actually depends on what is the product. If you say you want to set up a thermal power station, now in a thermal power station, it may take 5 to 10 years to set up. Forget revenue.
Correct.
Plus, it will require thousands of crores with the smallest plant also. Then you have the clearance of environment and all. Same goes for cement factory. If you are setting up a cement factory, then what? So ultimately what? You need investors. Now that could be a combination of equity and debt and partnerships. But if you are coming with a SaaS product, let's say a sales automation software.
Correct.
There you need a developer, you need a database guy, you need a dashboard guy, you need a business analyst, you need a technical documentation specialist, you need industry specific use case, and then ultimately you need the infrastructure of server and all, because people won't pay you 1 year, 2 year, 3 year. So somebody has to pay that, right? So you need an angel investor over there. So every business you have to figure out whether the idea is capex heavy. When you say capex heavy, a thermal power plant is an example of capex heavy business. SaaS is also not an easy business because 3 to 5 years you may not have revenue. You will have mostly customers and valuation. So you need deep pockets and investors and funds for that. Now, if you are trying to, let's say, do a cake business, you are trying to set up a bakery. You can start from your house and you can maybe start from your circle. That is also entrepreneurship.
Correct.
Now, if that becomes a brand, because if you look at Asian Paints, I don't know if you have heard about the story. Asian Paints, they started in a house.
Oh.
They started in a house, and that time the entire market was dominated by British companies. But Asian Paints today is the biggest company in India.
Yeah, one of the leading
biggest
company.
And they are the first company to buy a supercomputer. Even before it was in IIT Bombay. So you can imagine. So point is, see, depends on the business model. I always say create a business plan, and that's why I recommend incubators, because incubators have mentors and experts who will guide you on feasibility study, on design thinking, on execution of an idea, on paper at least. So you figure out.
Revenue model and all that.
So you figure out. Otherwise, market wise, if you say today, 30 years before the market was not matured to accommodate so many companies. Today you have venture capital funds, you have private equity firms, you have private bankers, you have financiers, you name everything is available. So this is the right time to do business, if you ask me.
Great, but I have some contradict question on that.
Sure.
This is the right market to start your ideas, but what, how, like, it's happening, a lot of rejection is happening in the investment market actually.
Correct.
So why so many rejections for the ideas or the, even the revenues, the startups also? So,
see, market only has two scenarios. One is a bear market, one is a bull market. So in a simple language, bull market is सब कुछ चढ़ रहा है. So real estate prices will go up.
correct.
Credit cards will give you limits. Everybody will feel that everybody is making money.
Correct.
Now in that case, the valuation of companies also goes up. So somewhere you need correction. Correction means, see, I as an investment banker will say this is the valuation of my client. Then when you go to regulator for listing, they'll cut the valuation to something and they'll say this is the valuation. We agree. The third time what happens is the investors who buy your shares will tell you what is your value. Not in the first 2-3 months, in 2 years.
Yeah.
And then 10 years, the market will tell you what is your value. So that's where you say, see, today it's the bear market.
Okay.
So bear market because geopolitically there are a lot of issues. Consumer wise also, the spending has gone down. People have seen the sales of automobile cars and all. An indicator. That's not the real one, it's an indicator. So yes, now with this kind of a market, if you start today, the best part is a lot of people won't start
Correct.
because they feel this is not the right time.
Correct.
Because everything is negative.
Correct.
So people think it's a negative pessimism.
Correct.
So you don't have competition.
Hmm.
Second thing, if you have big companies who are your competitors, if they don't perform, they'll die. So that's another market for you. The best example is Tiny Owl. Tiny Owl started food delivery. I don't know how many people know.
I
But
know.
Tiny Owl, it's not there today. So you have Swiggy, Zomato.
Swiggy, Zomato.
So Swiggy, Zomato, is it original? The answer is it's inspired.
Inspired.
But will they sustain? It depends on the way they execute. There may be another third company also, which could be Zepto or something else. So that's how it is.
Yeah, interesting, sir. Okay, so it's very nice, and then your experience, the kind of a knowledge you bring for the audience, it's very important. Tell us something more about your current kind of experience so far, working with the startups or the business houses. What they are looking for, the real practical 4 or 5 takeaways for the startups in front of cameras, sir. So it would be good that
Okay.
they will learn like 4 or 5 takeaways, not much, but it for us it's real takeaways actually.
See, for a founder, business growth means what? Number one, you need customers, not capital, okay? Customers. So you should be able to sell the concept or idea to a different co-founder or an employee who is going to join your company. That is the first thing. Unless you get a co-founder or an employee, you don't become an entrepreneur. Remember that.
Right.
The second one you have to convince is the incubator, because that incubation center may have lot of applications. So they're selecting you means they believe in you. Then you need a mentor also. The mentor also has a lot of companies to mentor, but then he's investing in you means because he believes in you. Then your entire team will build a product. You are putting the money, there may be some other people putting the money. If there are other people, friends and family putting the money, they should believe in you. So that's another convincing thing. Then ultimately what happens? You launch the product. So you need customers. So customers should take the product. So everywhere you will see people, they'll always say no. So if you are a founder, you will have most of the people who will say no. But the point is you don't need 150 crore people to say yes. You're not a politician, right? You're not going to become a prime minister.
No.
There you need 150 crores.
Right.
And for a prime minister also, it's not 150 crores. You know what is the percentage. It varies. So for a founder, first thing is accept rejection, try to convince and build a narration. After that, you convince an investor and then you go back and work on it. Whether things are getting better every day. So you evolve. So that is business growth, evolution. Now going to whether you want to get into equity or debt, that depends on your margins. You don't know your margins unless you do business for 2-3 years. Because policies change, customers also, they have other
Pricing
options.
change.
Pricing, everything is there. You have funded companies who are competing with you.
Correct.
Cash burning companies
Cash
giving
burning.
discounts. You can't give all that. At the same time, you have to sustain and grow. So that's bootstrapping. So I always say, look at like-minded investors, whether it is private equity or debt, who understand you, your industry, and don't overpromise. If you are able to do, let's say, a 3-year exit for an investor, say 4-year.
Okay.
That 1 year
It's very
is
interesting.
important because he won't jump on you.
Right.
Correct? So I always say under commit, over deliver is what could be a strategy for your peace of mind.
That's
how it is.
important actually. So this is the domestic matter actually, and then the kind of the if somebody wants to start in India, the starters, the founders, the entrepreneurs should work on that. How about these startups want to work in foreign country? In my experience, what I have seen in last 2-3 years, or maybe last couple of months also, a lot of founders are interested to jump into foreign country, and I believe you have experience. This could be the right question for you, how they should prepare themselves to go there. And some startups are, in fact, they are starting from, let's understand, from Singapore as a corporate address, something
Correct.
like that. So, what is your take on that?
See, this question I can answer with something which is a case study. So a lot of people can understand.
Correct.
Now let us say you are interested to set up a chocolate factory, a chocolate or a toffee factory.
Correct.
The first question is, are you selling in India or you have a plan to sell worldwide?
Okay.
So if you're trying to sell worldwide, let us say your competition is Cadbury.
Okay.
Cadbury is worldwide.
Correct.
Now, if you set up a company or a factory in India, get all the clearances, you'll definitely sell in India. The moment you try to sell this to US or other markets, they have certain compliances.
Correct.
Being an Indian company, they may be more or less, depends. But if the same company is in Switzerland, only the company,
Correct.
the intellectual property is in Switzerland.
Switzerland.
The factory, everything is offshore.
Offshore.
It is in India
Correct.
or any other country. And now you're trying to sell that toffee or the entire offering to US or other countries, then what? Maybe you'll have less compliance.
Compliance.
The point is, that's how the brand is. So today if you say watch, people say Swiss watch. Swiss watch means, it's a good watch. So you can't ask 5,000 rupees, I can pay, give me a Swiss watch. You know it will be in lakhs and crores. That's how the country as a brand is.
Okay.
But if you say manufacturing a Swiss watch in Switzerland, they don't. They manufacture in China and other countries.
Yes.
So for you as a promoter, you have to decide whether you will manufacture and sell into your domestic market or whether you are looking at international markets. Then you decide how the supply chain, the manpower
Very
costing,
valid question.
land and subsidies by the government, what is the support? That's why when you say Elon Musk was trying to set up a factory in India, he was negotiating a term on taxes.
Taxes.
So every promoter can do that if it is high scale. If you are a new promoter, maybe planning to do an MSME initially, then maybe you will not be able to negotiate. But still you have local politicians and MLAs.
Correct.
You should have friends
Correct.
who will give you some options because they know schemes.
Correct.
That's why I always say you should have friends who are politicians, investors, distributors, and foreign diplomats as possible.
We don't want to politicize this podcast, but yes, this is the matter of the fact, and you bang on that. The fact is that anybody who wants to grow themselves in startups, any simple business owner, they have to have a different connections across the verticals. This will help them to grow their startups, get some funding, get some supports everywhere actually. So good, thanks Leenesh. I would say keeping this as a foreign aspiration for the startups, my next question would be, because I would like to keep this as a more as a practical learning rather than the just a dream learning actually. So keeping this as a foreign aspirations, what are the couple of top industries or domain or ideas you can can put up actually with for our audience?
New business ideas?
Yeah, new business, or could be extension of that existing business, or could be cross sales, kind of
See, I always say you have to look at profiling. Profiling means what are you good at? Okay. Then you will come to know if you want to do a business, none of the founders are perfect, including me. Okay. Let's say a business requires 10 functions. You might be an expert in 5. So remaining 5, if you get a team member, 2-3 people, whatever, and they can complement you, then the idea can be executed.
Correct.
So I'll give you an example of something which is diamond industry, because most of the people understand diamonds. Okay. So if I want to start a diamond factory, do I come from that industry? is anybody from my family into that business? I should also know who is the number one company. So it is De Beers. So De Beers is the number one diamond company.
Okay.
So am I trying to create a company at par with De Beers? And what is the timeline? 5 years, 10 years, 30 years, 100 years, whatever. Or am I creating something different? So then again, you have different products catalog. You have natural diamonds. You have artificial lab grown diamonds. Correct? Are you including jewelry also? If you include jewelry means silver and gold, then you are getting into the Kalyan jewelry, Tanishq. They also have everything, diamond, gold, silver, everything. So are you looking only at specific commodity or multiple commodities and multiple designs? Then you need design experts. So the entire setup has to be there, plus the money that is there. So if you ask me what are the best ideas today,
Yeah. So that I would like to tell my audience. These are the idea. Let's pick up, guys. Actually.
Correct. Look at industries which are not explored. That is the first thing you should do. If you today ask me with AI, I can create a software. So I can create a sales automation software. So easy. The point is, like you, there are 10 more people who can do it.
Correct.
So are you the best from the customer's perspective? Then you can win. So it's a crowded market. So crowded market is easy to get in, but it's difficult to survive. So get into a space which is comfortable for you and your team members, the industry area, plus typically that has scope. That's what I call it, feasibility study. Now you ask me a direct question to me, which are your areas? See, if you look at India perspective, we are very good in agro commodities.
Okay.
When I say agro commodities, even today we have cotton. With cotton, you can do a lot of production. So you see Kumar Mangalam Birla, Aditya Birla Group, after the Raymond Singhania Group, they have done it. But it's a capex heavy business.
Correct.
But that doesn't mean you can't. There are a lot of small scale merchandise designers and all who do that, and pretty good work. And you have malls, online, offline. So one is I would say, ready-made garments. That is a perfect business. It can start in 25,000 also. It can go up to 2,000 crore also. Very easy. Less barrier to entry. That's one. Number two, if you ask me, there's enough scope into the food business.
Okay.
When I say food business, I'm not talking about food delivery.
Food delivery.
I'm talking about business into coffee shop space. Because Starbucks, if you say the segment leader, they start from 300, 400 rupees. If you look at 100 rupees, 70 rupees, I normally say $1. And you give that experience. Coffee shop is an experience. Okay. A lot of people want to sit, spend time, and metro cities, you don't have space.
It's there. Chayos has recently jumped up and they are
everything
growing good.
Correct. So you may say Cafe Coffee Day, there's a story. But there are still many companies. So if you say there's a Third Wave Coffee.
Third Wave also.
Again.
It's all Indian brand.
Mr. Kamath started that.
Yes,
correct.
Yes.
So coffee, food and beverages, that's again a space. Location is very important because it's a consumption business, not a delivery at home. So that's the second one. Third, if you ask me, I think a lot can be done in the rural markets.
Okay.
So if you say what, you can actually look at a proper mall business at a very small scale, a display or item something, which is a combination of DMart, Shoppers Stop, a coffee shop, a small theater, a gaming zone. Because small cities with internet penetration, they know these things. And if they come to Pune or Mumbai, they consume, especially in holidays.
Correct.
But they don't have it in their small cities. So even if I go to a smaller city or my hometown, if I get these things, I'll consume. So I do that. I have to go to maybe a nearby place. So yes, all-round retail mall, if you can, a combination of 5-6 stores with the local people, that is also doable. Especially tier 3 cities. I'm not talking about Pune and Nasik. I'm talking about smaller cities. That is the third thing. And again, it's an asset class. You can take loan and a lot of stuff with the infrastructure.
Correct.
So that's there. And the last thing, if you ask me, I would simply say consulting.
Consulting.
But when you say consulting, there are different verticals to it which work. So, for example, people say options trading or trading in a stock market. I say that is not consulting. Wealth management or portfolio management services is consulting.
Consulting.
But then you need to figure out the segmentation, whether you would target a 1 crore plus income family, or you're targeting 100 crore plus income family, or you're targeting 5,000 crore plus group.
Correct.
Correct. That's how the products vary. That's consulting. One is wealth management, because most of the second and third generation entrepreneurs who are kids may not run the business of their parents. So they'll do two things.
Yeah, that's great input. Actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they'll do two things. One, they'll sell it out. That's why I said private equity financial markets, all big companies will acquire small companies. You must have seen the cement case also. Adani Group acquired the oldest cement company of India. Correct? So why? Because obviously they have a different energy to scale it up, and with the kind of tenders and projects they have, that is a raw material. So raw material aligns to the core business. That's how private equity firms buy.
Correct.
Not everything they'll buy. So one is selling. So if you're a merchant banker, investment banker, it is scope for you. And there are a lot of small businesses in towns, MSMEs and SMEs, they may sell. Bisleri, a lot of people say that's another example.
Yeah, Bisleri. I was about to say that.
Because these are examples people understand.
To and fro is happening actually.
Correct. Yeah. So that's one. Number two, if you ask me, into this industry, which is, people say education and career, but I always say at this point of time, though I have a HR experience, earlier I look into founders and equity markets. If you today also ask me which career is the best, I really don't have an idea.
Okay.
Including AI. People say AI is the future. I say, I don't know. Because unless I see AI next 10 years, I can't say that. If you ask me, when I was studying, we used to have hardware and software. Hardware, people say hardware, but it was system software. So it's like you can be a system administrator by installing Windows operating system, Linux operating system, setting up LAN, WAN, set up a cyber cafe and all. Now that is still today there, but at a data center level. So that is how it has progressed. What is the next second, third, fourth version of AI? I don't know. So that's why I can't say. Correct? Software also, if you say we had C, C++, today you have Python. Future it could be Anaconda or whatever, I don't know. Correct? So something will be there. Correct? So if you know C, C++, you know this also.
Right.
That is the foundation. AI mein what is the foundation and will it grow? The answer, it is evolving. So that's why. But then still, if you say, I see in consulting, it could be consultative sales. I am not saying MLM. Okay, not MLM. Not selling a high value product that way. When I say consultative sales, it could be interior designing. A lot of people know, you understand that. It could be planning a day out.
Correct.
So you're planning a weekend.
I mean, something concept can be new.
Correct.
And something
wedding planning.
very different than the
wedding
normal,
planning. Very specific.
And it's very on demand nowadays actually.
Correct. Plus, if you say today, a lot of people also have image consultant, depending on the scale. Where
we have few members on that also.
Correct. So yeah, so that's the individuals, right? Otherwise, if you say doctor, engineer, chartered accountant, lawyers, these are professionals which are always there, and they'll be there in future also. Nothing will vanish. It's not automation everywhere. It will take time. But then you have to be top class in that.
They have to adapt,
top 1%.
Adapt all the new norms, new technology, right? So like, okay, Leenesh, it's very interesting, and time is not permitting to take more questions, but I would take couple of more questions. So this very now, I guess our audience now so far they have understood what you are and what kind of project you are doing currently, what kind of startups you are working on. So can you tell the something where you are looking for a specific ideas, specific startups, or any specific industry where you are interested down the line actually, maybe coming 6 months. I'm sure after this podcast, couple of guys may start calling you. So I don't want to bother you, but 6 months down the line, 1 year down the line, because you must be having 6 months agenda right away, right? So 1-2 साल के बाद आप क्या किस टाइप के स्टार्टअप के साथ काम करना चाहते हो आप?
See, as I said, honestly, there are a lot of things we are looking at, and you grow with other people
Correct.
and companies.
Correct.
So the first thing we are looking at is any business or idea which is scalable worldwide.
Okay.
For me, the technology transfer and the investor interest in different markets, if it is there, a global scalable business, it may not work in India, but it may work somewhere else also. So we are always looking at these kind of businesses, and we invite few founders to our programs. It's not that I don't invite founders, but less. The second thing we are looking at is, I said, experts and consultants who understand different asset class. I won't say you need to understand all 20-30 asset classes, but if you are good in certain asset classes, 3 to 4, and you have good connects into your geography or area where people trust you, who are high value clients, and they are looking at a different connect or maybe a different learning experience from a different city, and they are willing to travel. So you might be sitting in a Kolhapur. I am looking for you because you know a lot of people who are looking at different connects and expertise in Dubai or in Mumbai, and they get at least 30-60 people in one program through my program. So happy that is there. So always it could be someone managing LIC insurance, that person might be doing a mutual fund distribution,
Okay.
or selling a Oriflame or a high value product, correct, doing interior designing in that city. So, or maybe a Mercedes X dealer or a BMW, whatever. So that is, we always look at, these are our channel or ecosystem partners, and there's a different model we can work with them. And all my programs are in person. So don't worry that you'll say, ki, what am I selling? It's not in the air. You come and experience people. So that is the second thing. The third thing that we are also looking at is,
And these are all 1 year plan.
I would say not 1 year, but at least 3-4 years will be into this space, because we need to grow in different towns. The third thing is we are looking honestly to connect with people who are in power.
Okay.
When you say people who are in power, it could be somebody who is an IS officer, somebody who is the, you call it sarpanch of a village, somebody who could be a distributor or a buyer in a local agri mandi.
Local leaders, you mean to say?
Local leaders. Who can influence.
Influence, right.
So we are always looking at them. Again, same condition, looking at expanding, looking at different cities, bigger cities, to learn from other people, not through me, from other people.
Correct.
Because some business model might work somewhere, they can go and check and implement that over there. So that's cross learning. That is the third thing we are looking at. And the last thing is always looking to connect with people who are looking at investing into startups or listed companies in their personal capacity, whether you say India or abroad. Always there. We do share deals with them.
Oh, very nice. Very kind of a takeaways and important factor when same kind of industries which you are working, other companies might be thinking same pattern, right? So
Yes.
now my next question is adding to that, because now you are looking for the resource side or the startup side or the manager investment side or leader side actually. Let's understand, somebody would like to work with you, as a partner, as a vendor, as an employee of your organization, working with Leenesh actually. So what kind of attributes you are looking for them actually, so that they can, down the line they can build that skill set or kind of attributes or kind of, experience they can create and they can work with you actually. So how could you tell about that?
See, anybody who has a community.
Okay.
Community can be WhatsApp,
Okay.
a LinkedIn group, anything which could be geographically an area where you have your own connects. Now, these people who have a community, what we need them to understand is not everybody who is part of your community is going to fit into our business.
Correct.
But if you know by learning through me, who are the ones who might be looking at these kind of knowledge, connects, or return on investments on deals, they might. So maybe we are always open to community and club ecosystem partners. That is number one. Anywhere worldwide. Number two, anybody who is looking at learning financial markets, different asset classes, that could be a student, an ex-housewife, or even somebody who might be out of a corporate job trying to switch somewhere. Because believe me, I think right now the biggest problem in India in financial markets is lack of product knowledge. You do a Google mutual funds, you will find 150 mutual funds.
Correct.
Now,
Which are best?
Everything is similar. So you feel like the ready-made garment showroom. Everything is similar.
Correct.
But what is personalized?
Correct.
That is what is the consultant job.
Correct.
You go to insurance, there are so many products. You go to real estate, city-wise, geography-wise, everything is different.
Correct.
And in Mumbai, every plot is different. Forget about pin code. Every plot is different and has a different valuation. Same is happening with Pune now and other cities.
Right.
So that's why I said if anybody is open to specifically focus on a specific asset class, there's a big career, in that. So yes.
And you take as a in-house or you take as a partner or associates? How you?
See, I have ecosystem partners where I can place you.
Okay.
They are always looking out for people with some basic knowledge of it, and then they can. So you can easily get that. And obviously you'll work for me only because I introduced you.
Yeah.
So directly there's a soft corner.
Right.
That's there. So that's, and the last thing is always looking at similar companies. See, we don't believe in competition. So if you tomorrow tell me, Leenesh, I know a company similar to StartupsXchange, I'll say immediately set up a call and meeting with me. Because see,
there could some synergy, some
Yes.
kind of collab.
Yes.
You know, like that. Right.
because they may be good in certain markets, we are not there. So we want to offer our services through them. We don't want to come there. So they can just add one portfolio under a brand and take it. Simple.
That's it.
But then again, the ideas and synergies, they require some time.
Yes.
And then again, a relationship takes time.
Yeah. Thanks, Leenesh. You are talking more about this investment, fund house, business house, asset class, working on this. So tell us, for our audience, what is asset class?
I think good question. I think maybe we missed out on the detailed explanation. I'll give an example, then I'll come to it. Just do a Google. 10 years ago, there was a car called as Maruti Alto.
Right.
What was the price? Maybe under 4 lakhs.
Right.
Today, that same Alto is available in 8 lakhs. I gave this example because as per the books of accounts, if anybody will say if you buy a car, it is 20% depreciation.
Correct.
Now let us talk about what happens. So that means that 4 lakh car is zero. But today, if I bought that 4 lakh car and the price is 8 lakhs, I can sell it in 4 lakhs. So how much I earned? I actually made zero money, but I consumed this product for 5 years and still I sold it at same price.
Correct.
So how can you say car is a depreciating asset class? But the same thing, if I say, let's say a Audi or a luxury car. A luxury car in 1 crore if you buy, and after 5 years if you go to market, that 1 crore car is not 2 crores.
Not 2 crores.
So you will be selling it at maybe 30-40 lakhs.
Right.
So that is a loss you are booking. So luxury car might be a loss-making asset class. But if you say small cars, they are appreciating, or at least they retain their value. So they are not an asset class which is a rejection for you from an investment. Now let us go to real estate. That is what people say it's favorite.
Correct.
Let us say you buy a property in Navi Mumbai. 10 years ago, there's an airport coming up,
Correct.
which you never thought will come.
That's right.
So you bought something for 8-10 lakhs. Today, after 10 years, that same thing is starting at 1 crore. So you invested 10 lakhs, it is 1 crore in 10 years. So you made 10x.
10x.
Some might be making, let's say, 50 lakhs.
50 lakhs.
So anything which is property in Mumbai, depending on certain locations, the appreciation value, it changes.
Changes.
That is again making money. Correct? So real estate again a asset class.
Asset.
Same thing if you go to other cities. Certain plots or properties might not appreciate due to some reasons. So understanding real estate as an asset class is different. Understanding automobile as an asset class is different. The third asset class, I would say, is education. Again, a lot of people will connect. When I used to study, the cost of doing an engineering degree was 3 lakhs.
Correct.
The starting package in TCS was 2 lakhs.
Right.
So in 2 years, you get your money back.
Money back.
Now today, if you go to TCS, the starting package is 4 lakhs, which is the benchmark for freshers. But the cost of engineering is not 8 lakhs. It depends on the college.
True.
And if you look at the percentage of hire, the number of students are high, the number of hires have come down. So competition is more.
Placement is less. Right.
So I was intelligent to get a job, maybe, but my competition was less. Today the competition is high.
Correct.
So every asset class has competition also. That means how many people can buy or invest into that. So that's why people say, Abhi, don't do engineering, do something else, because they feel it's competition. Chartered accountant, people don't say the same thing even today, because the result you know is what. It's very difficult to become a chartered accountant, very difficult to become a doctor. So yeah, so that's about asset class. The last example I will give you about asset class is the stock market. You do Google and check out 3-4 companies. You can check out MRF, you can check out TCS, and you can check out gold. Let's say you invested 10,000 rupees in MRF, in TCS, and in gold. What is the value today? That will be an answer on return on investment. I am not discouraging you from keeping your money in bank. I am not discouraging you from spending money. Point is, how are you planning your retirement, and what is that asset class that you understand? You need to do research. And if you can't, you need a fund manager who will do it for you, who will ensure that your money grows. And that's what I said, when we do workshops or programs, we invite fund managers.
Okay.
It's very difficult to choose a fund manager, inviting him on a panel slot out of at least 300 good people, inviting someone, because we know the audience will be connected and a lot of people will learn and might work with him in future. So either you manage your money or give it to a best fund manager who might be very expensive to manage your money, because your asset class should grow. It can't come down. And somebody doing a job, if the money is lost, making money is very difficult. For a businessman, if the money is lost, it depends on the capacity of the businessman to make it again. Job mein, it's very difficult to get it back.
Correct.
That's the only difference.
Wow. Wow. That's very insightful from your side. It's very important also. So my last question would be like, how you can advise the MSMEs or startups who are struggling phase. They are not able to grow much. They are struggling with same kind of a revenue over a year of time actually. So what are your messages? What is your experience so far actually to the audience, though, if you can tell them?
See, first of all, problem can be solved case to case. So what is a problem for this founder may not be a problem for the other founder. So it's a generic question. I'll simply say anything you do, there are 3 pillars. Number 1 is information. So if something is not working, you need a lot of information on why that works and why that fails. You can't say it is working because of rule of thumb. So you have to think scientifically why it is working, why it is not working. So challenge yourself. So if you succeed, think why you succeeded. If you failed, you have to think why you failed. Now that you can ask your close friends or other people, because India people give advice for free. So you'll understand why did I succeed as per this guy or why did I fail as per that guy. So that is one, validation. So information is very important, validation is second, to derive a new strategy and keep working. Number two is, as I said, connects. So for example, if I am doing business in financial markets, I cannot take advice from somebody who doesn't understand that industry. Some basic knowledge should be there. So if that is there, I can take advice. So relevance. So information, validation, the third is relevance. Based on relevance, you should grow your circle or network. So if let's say there are 10,000 SEBI registered advisors in India who are advisors on funds, I should be able to connect all 10,000. That should be my vision.
Okay.
I can't say just 5 people I know means till my death I know 5 people. That's it. You have to increment it every week.
Yeah.
So that's why I said networking.
Network.
So relevance, then networking. That will help again. And the last thing is obviously money. So you have to look at where money is going and not coming back, and where it is actually coming back. So when I say coming back, it doesn't mean just putting it in asset classes. Now I gave you an example of the Mercedes or luxury cars. So somebody buying a 1 crore car, in that 1 year he did 100 meetings, 100 business meetings with that car.
Oh.
Forget running cost, forget repair cost. All are business meetings. Out of that 100 meetings, 10 meetings got converted into 10 crore.
Wow.
So for him, the cost of car is not 1 crore.
1 crore.
It is actually he made 10 crore,
10 crore.
because of that car. Now you will say he could have gone with some other car, right? But if he is into a different industry where if you use a Mercedes that can influence decisions,
Correct.
then it makes sense.
Correct.
Correct? So if you are in Bollywood, you can't come in a Wagon-R and say ki I am a star. Okay, if you are a 70-year-old star who is a legacy Rajnikant and you come from a Wagon-R, people will say, oh, you are God. But if you are a Ranbir Kapoor and you come from a Wagon-R, people will think what is wrong. Correct? There's a perception. So I don't say, if you are successful, people like you in kurta. Correct? If you are not successful, you are struggling or you are growing, you have to well dress up because you are respecting the other person. You have to come with something. So I gave you an example on how asset class also works for you in growth. So for a businessman, staying in Taj is not an expense. But for a middle class person, swiping a credit card, taking a family in Taj for a weekend is an expense because the money will not come back. But then if you said intangibly, the family is very happy.
Very happy.
So the family is happy now. How do you measure that?
Measure that.
So tangible, intangible, both benefits.
Interesting, Leenesh. It's very great learning now. And sorry, it's our time is constant actually. Otherwise, we would have discussed much about your experience and everything. But again, stopping these discussions, some quick rapid round as other celebrity does. Why not? We are also a part of ecosystem. So tell us, like, what you enjoy, like cooking or just sleeping?
See, 2 things I enjoy. One is sleeping, if I'm not working, and number 2 is driving.
Okay.
Driving and meeting people. That's
okay. So, do you like Trump or Elon Musk?
Honestly,
now they are separated, right?
Yes and no. Yes and no, because Trump is an example of what networking can do. Elon Musk is an example of what a businessman can do. So whether you're working for your network, it is Trump.
Okay.
If you're working as a businessman and you look at the entire country as a business model, then it is Elon Musk. Both have a different ideology. And if you say, because I'm not a citizen of America, anything doesn't affect me directly, at least. Indirectly, it will affect everyone because it's US.
Correct.
So yeah, and if you say anybody better than them, there's always a scope of better people. But today, if you still ask me, you have to analyze what their actions can impact you in your personal life and a business life. And that is happening. It is impacting, believe me. There could be a separate session on that.
Yeah, right. So you like Ambani Industries, Adani or Tata?
Tata, though,
Three options.
see, Tata is a legacy business.
Yeah.
Okay. If Tata's, instead of India, they chose some other country, they would have still managed.
Right.
Okay. I don't know how much they would have been successful because India also helped them with whatever they wanted. So we should thank them that after migration they came to India. But then if you say today with the way businesses are expanding, they are not at that speed as compared to a Adani or an Ambani. So speed wise they are not, except few companies. Adani and Ambani, if you say, I normally look at Ambani family because what the PSUs failed to do,
They took and
that is what the Ambani family took, Mr. Dhirubhai Ambani.
Correct.
And he gave it in a better way. So obviously a businessman, private business will make money. So they made money and the shareholders also made money. So if Adani's, if you said today, Adani's are into the infrastructure game.
infrastructure.
So they are working in all states, even other countries. So whether Adani is a favorite to specific party or specific state, the answer is the way he is working, it doesn't look like. Okay. But then obviously when you are into infrastructure game, because my first job was a class 2 officer and I worked with a National Informatic NIC Center.
Okay.
They took my interview. So land, revenue, digitization, all that. And then I was working as a faculty also. So I know it's very difficult to deal with the PSUs, the government. It's not because they want to delay projects. It is because they have a very old British process of workflow and approvals. So it will take time. And that is where, because he needs a lot of money to execute these projects, which obviously banks are not enough. That's why I say for founders, if a Adani needs funds, if a Ambani needs funds, you also need funds. So they also connect with people and raise.
Correct.
They raise through pension funds, sovereign funds, different ways of structuring products. So Adani is an example of what will India become in the next 10 years.
So you
That's
love
what-
all three as per the
all three. See, India needs all three
Situations,
because,
right?
Nehru time we needed a Bajaj family, we needed a Tata family. So everything before.
building the community.
So basic building was because of them. They are the traditional families. So every country requires families in different point of time.
You love Dubai or India?
See, both are different again. India, it accepts a lot of people, irrespective of caste, religion, community, wealth. Anybody can stay and they can survive and grow. So it's a much big country when it comes to accommodating people. That's why we don't throw away people that you are a migrant. Okay, we don't do that. If you say Dubai, Dubai is very well organized. So they're very specific on who should come. Though they host a lot of events and all, a lot of people come. But when it comes to citizenship, they are not still as open as other countries. You can get a US citizenship. Dubai, maybe you can get a citizenship, but then there's a lot of
Takes time.
leasing option, whereas ownership. So because it's a monarchy.
Correct.
It's like that. So both are important. If you want to expand your community and network worldwide, beyond Mumbai, you need to be in Dubai. If you are looking at something in India and you need the best of the best people, then you need these 4-5 metro cities. You have to be there. That's why I keep traveling. For me, everything has a pros and con. Look at the pros, forget the cons.
Good. Sir, any quick tips to our audience online?
I can simply
Maybe
say
30 seconds to make a reel.
I can simply say that whatever you do, if you enjoy, keep doing it in a better way every day. If you don't enjoy, start thinking, am I at the right place or am I doing something which is right for me, and start thinking about other options. But don't keep jumping on options, because every time the option can't be wrong, you could also be wrong. So that's the only way to be happy. So what I do, I'm enjoying. That's why maybe we are growing. You also, if you enjoy what you're doing, you will grow. Nothing can stop you. There's nothing like negativity or depression.
Okay, I think we are done. Thanks, Leenesh, for being over here, and it's my pleasure to have you. Thanks for coming along from Mumbai and in this day, actually weekend. I hope you enjoyed the session today.
Yes, really. And I think thanks for being a great host. You manage pretty well. And looking forward,
Yeah,
we'll
looking
connect
forward
again.
more collaborations. Sir.
Sure.
Thanks.